Friday night. It's January 3rd, James?
That's correct.
January 3rd, Friday night, we came to attend a Friday night Bible teaching with Leo Sanders, and there's nobody here. The church is dark, and the only thing we have access to any information is the sign that still says Elder Anthony Villa, Senior Pastor, and he's been dead well over a year. James, what are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts, I'm not sure what they're doing. We've been down here for 3 Fridays?
Yeah.
Now they just disappeared. I think that Bishop Stringfield is afraid to open a church if he's not here.
I told y'all this a long time ago. I'll tell you again. It's a danger in doing what God said.
We see people hugging us and warming up to us, and I know he didn't like that. Last time we were here on Sunday, he requested a meeting right after service when we were here. So we did recently receive from him, as a third party in this case, a cease and desist. The children of the founder, our mother's sons, he's telling us that we cannot come to the church any longer without reason. We also don't know the motivation of why they did this 5 years ago. We're still asking why they did this, but they won't come clean and tell us. We've been asking for the books to be open for 5 years. They said they would under protective order, and recently, the last couple of weeks, their attorney said blatantly no. So that's not very Christian. I'm not sure what's going on, if they're just coming in and out of the doors here. But the ministry is suffering, the legacy is suffering, and it should not be. And we tell them when they see us, we love them. They tell us that they love us and they're genuine with the love. So Ron Stringfield is a third party to this. I'm not sure what he's doing other than trying to take over 2 buildings, which Stephen had indicated some time back. So that appears to be his goal, is to take over the 2 buildings and not care about the people, and to shorten us and then tell us we can't come here. He's mistaken, gravely mistaken. We're not going anywhere. We're here for the long haul, and we're going to follow the mandate that God has on our life to push this legacy forward. It's rich in legacy. We're not going to let it die over a person who wants to steal a church. And that's right, steal. That's the words I'm using.
If Jacob would have done what God said, if Isaac would have done what God said, he would have killed his own son.
And it's really interesting to me that the last time we were here on a Sunday, the people were very warm to us. Even one of the members said, hey, I want to introduce you guys to my mother, because we just sit in the back and we observe. And I guess that didn't go over well with Ron Stringfield, cease and desist. Now, doesn't that normally happen when you're disruptive? We were not disruptive. There were no police calls. We're just sitting there. But he sent out, he had the attorney send our attorney and the court, keep them from coming to this church. We don't want the sons of the founder attending this church and just sitting there.
It's amazing. It's astounding. And biblically, it has no place with what they're doing. It's not biblical. He's a bishop, and he's acting this way. So it boils down to, what is the motive? The only thing I can see, and is he wants to steal and take over 2 buildings that he didn't earn, didn't work for, didn't sweat for, didn't work with the people in this church, did not pray with them, wasn't here from the beginning, but he slides in, driving from Atlanta, Georgia, 1,000 miles one way. That's approximately 2,000 miles round trip. Who does that? Who drives 2,000 miles to try to take over a church?
Somebody who
insanity.
Doesn't care about the people at all. People think that he cares about them. He doesn't care about them at all. He wants those buildings, and he's probably telling somebody in Georgia, whatever place he has there, trying to do a church there, saying, hey, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna make you the pastor of this church in Georgia. And they think it's an opportunity, but what it really is, it's him saying, I got my eyes set on Nyack, the $2 million buildings there.
That's right. I agree with you, Stephen, wholeheartedly. These folks have been something else. We've had, 5 or 6 of them wannabe pastors. We had Sarah Allen for a couple of years, 2.5 years, became desperately ill, followed by Tony Villa, who masterminded the plan to extract us from the church and take over. He took over from Sarah. I don't know, he lasted for maybe a little over a year, desperately ill, terminally ill, and people were concerned with how we delivered the fact that he was terminally ill. That's the truth. The gentleman that's here now, Bishop Ron Stringfield, was a party to installing Tony Villa on a fake phony vote scam deal built on a lie. So all along, he knew that Tony was terminally ill. And as a bishop, I would think that he would have some concerns looking at him saying, I would not install you. I can't be a party to this. It's not like he was the pastor and became ill. He was already terminally ill to take over the church. He passes away. Then the next thing I know is another unqualified individual, all of them are unqualified, is Jackie Watkins takes over. Then she gets pushed out by this Bishop Ron Stringfield. All of them are unqualified, biblically unqualified. It shouldn't be.
Tony Villa, I mean, we have video footage of him being ordained in January of 2022, and he dies in 2023. But in 2022, we have video of him looking as sick as a person can look with cancer. He's falling even out of a chair, and they're propping him back up in the chair. Everybody can see that this man is dying, but yet Ron Stringfield was pushing to have him in place as the pastor.
Sounds like a scheme to me. People don't like honesty sometimes, but honesty is the best antidote for lies. It's very obvious they've been scheming, period. And this is not the legacy that our mom, the founder, Reverend Elizabeth Alston, left for these folks to squander and pass the church around to each other. And most of them have left. There's just a few people. I think it may be 20, if that, 25 maybe. This is not what the legacy is supposed to be about. And we're determined to restore and bring it back. That's what we said from day one. And we're going to follow the mandate that God gave us, period.